All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick round robin of who's in the room. I'm gonna say the name. So Sean just slid in. So what's up, Sean? Um, we're just gonna do a quick round robin real fast of who's in the room. Just your name and where you from. And when I call your name, I'm gonna just bounce to the next person. All right. So I'm gonna start with Troy Moten. Yeah, Troy, your audio, you off mute, but your audio ain't popping.
Right? Does any better?
Yes, sir.
Right. Troy Moten, Prince George's County, Maryland. Right now, at work in a bus, just waiting in a bus in DC, about to take some people to inaugural ball. Lots of activity over here in DC, but that's who I am and where I'm at.
All right, my man. Shakia, I see you walking around. You able to just pop on and just tell us who you is and where you're from?
Hey guys, it's Shakia Rose. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a massage therapist, and get your family Bible if you ain't already got it.
There we are. Sean Foster, you able to come off mute? Just tell us where you tapping in from, cuz.
What up? I am Sean, tapping in from Tampa, Florida, Lakeland area to be in the correct terminology. Trying to turn this light on real quick. Yep, Sean, tapping in from Tampa, Florida.
Okay. Hey, Sean, since you in Tampa, right? Let me
Mhm.
throw you this bone. You in Telegram?
Yep.
All right. I was doing the thing where I was for folks that want to do the lock-in in February, but I know it's
Mhm.
right around the corner, but your travel ain't shit. Uh, if you want to come to the lock-in, shoot me shoot me something on Telegram, just saying you want to come to the lock-in. I'll shoot you the information. And I was doing um I did like $100 back for people, $75 back for people. So I think I'm at 50 or $25 back at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give you either 50 or $25 back towards your deposit. So you still pay the deposit to Derek, and then 50 or 25 come back for me. I gotta look at my chart and see how many people I got left to be able to sponsor and pay for. So you paying him, and I'm just paying you. I'm gonna give you your money back. I'm gonna reimburse you. All right.
All right. I bought mine on Wednesday, so I'll be there.
Okay. Oh, you already
But
there. All right.
yeah, but I still want that little $50 though.
Yeah, it's too late, baby. My bad.
It's like, dog, we just uh
I
use
see
that
you.
for the event.
Yeah, I see you when you there. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right,
This one you're getting the preacher and the teacher. All right.
for sure.
All right. So we hanging and banging. Uh, we still doing the round robin of who in the room. Miles, just let us know who he is and where you tapping in from.
Miles Frederick, I'm tapping in from Philly. Fly Eagles fly, you know.
Yeah, Bird Gang. House of Godfrey.
All right, New Year. Nate Godfrey from Chicago.
All right. Super salute to you, Nate. I think you one of our older elder statesmen around here. I think you and Pleasure Simmons may be the oldest motherfuckers around here. And I see you in the firehouse getting busy, getting big, man. I mean, that's dope stepping up to the challenge, man.
No worries. Just trying to keep everybody motivated.
Yes, sir. You're definitely doing a good job of it. Tania Malone, we just going through real quick who you is, where you from, uh, and I'm gonna go to the next person.
Okay, I am Tanea and I'm from Arizona.
Hot girl. J to J.
J to J, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Kenny Law. Let me did you, Kenny? Kenny, did I
Two
do
up,
you
two
already?
down. VA, man.
Okay. That's what he mean by that. All right. Josh the girl.
Josh the girl checking in from DC at this time.
Okay, I see you. Okay, I see you on the move, huh, Josh? You ain't at home. You out there roaming the streets. Damn, you had 4 touchdowns of 60 plus yards. God damn. Hell of a day to be green. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. The title for the day, Sunday school, is I think it's Let's Build Something. So I'm gonna show you guys something. I don't know where anyone is, or everybody got different niches and what they into, right? But one way that we know that we can build uh, uh, a nest egg and or generational wealth, whatever it is that you want to call it, is through real estate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys something, and y'all participation will be grand. All right. So I'm gonna share a screen, and I'm gonna start this party from the very beginning. So we're looking at Detroit. So if y'all watching me, this works for Detroit, and it's gonna work in a lot of places. All right. So I'm gonna Google Detroit. All right. So if you see on the screen, all I did was Google Detroit, and off to the right hand side, it's gonna bring up information about Detroit, where it says over here, Detroit is the largest city in the Midwest. I'm looking at this because I want to see the population, see the zip codes. I just want to learn a little bit about Detroit real fast, right? So what I would do is I would take and copy and paste this information here onto a Word document as I was doing my Detroit overview, right? Now I'm on a go and I'm on images. Okay, I'm on all. So I'm gonna go click Wikipedia next, and I'm gonna pull up Detroit, and I'm gonna still come in here and get some more information about Detroit. So definitely my first paragraph, right? Now I'm gonna scroll down, and I'm gonna just figure out Detroit. Detroit's culture is marked with diversity, both local and national influences. I know it's Motown, jazz, hip hop, rock. Now over here to the right, right? All my coordinates, type the government, who the mayor is, so I can look and see who the city council is, the how big the city is, population. So for me, when I go to look, I want to figure out development in Detroit. So I'm gonna look at all these factors, right? Now I'm gonna back out of here. Now I'm going through this kind of fast for this part, but excuse me. But you guys are all gonna get the recording. So now that I went to Wikipedia, I'm gonna click visit Detroit, right? And I'm treating this just like I didn't know nothing about nothing, right? So I could do this if you was in Milwaukee or what have you. I would do pretty much all of these same things. So I'm gonna go look around Detroit, right? So this is what I'm getting from the About Detroit website. And I want to do all of this stuff because before I'm doing it in certain steps. So that way I'm gleaning and learning about the space sight unseen before I go look up actual factual stats, right? So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna visit the Detroit Land Bank. So I'm gonna go back to Google, right? And I'm gonna type in Detroit Land Bank Authority. Okay, it's right here. This is the link that I want to go to. So here, I'm going there now. When I go here, I'm going to browse around. Now, what is a land bank? A land bank is basically property that's owned by the municipality, the city, the county in question that the city owns. That it's usually vacant land, distressed properties, properties that was gifted to the township, uh, and it's just sitting there. It's not usually it's not getting the city any tax revenue because the city owns it. Like there's no immediate ideas to develop it. And a lot of the spots are in our neighborhoods. So if you, when I say our, I mean underserved neighborhoods, neighborhoods with black and brown folk, right, is where you're gonna find a lot of land bank property. But because there's a lot of property in your neighborhood that the city owns that they're not getting tax revenue for, there are commercials buildings that they're not people not paying business taxes for. Like that is where the city can disinvest in your neighborhood because it's vacant stuff that they own. Like it's not generating any revenue. So they want to put their efforts and their political power into areas that have voters because they worried about their job at the end of the day. So when we look at this, right, we can look at the total auction and own it now closings that they've had. There's total vacant lots sold. So they almost sold 27,000 vacant lots. Um, they sold 27,000 vacant lots. But if you look down here to the right, where the blue one at, total structures, there's still 6,841 buildings that's sitting in Detroit, almost 7,000 buildings that is sitting there and ain't nobody doing nothing with. And then there's 61,000, almost 60, let's just call it around the 61,000 vacant parcels that is just sitting there. So what we're going to do, let me see. No, I don't want to log in. I'm going to just stay on. Well, it's making me now. So, all right. Now, here, I'm going to go look at their programs, right? They have, I'm going to click see all programs. So I want to learn what type of opportunities the city of Detroit Land Bank has. They got one for structures, vacant land, and then I can look at all their listings. Policy programs, community development, and community partners. So I'm gonna look at properties and I'm gonna just go to own it now. This is stuff in Detroit that you can buy right now. And this is where I'm going to need you guys to help me out. So you see these houses? You guys able to see my screen and hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whoever said yes, sir, right? You pick one. Out of these first six, I'm not going to keep scrolling. So out of these first six, pick one for me.
Cadillac.
4784 Cadillac, right? So the sale for this one starts on January 20th. So I believe that's tomorrow, right? Right now, it's 613 square feet, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. So when I click it, I can see a property walkthrough. I can click here and it'll give me the property walkthrough guide for the city and a water line estimated repair. So let's look at the pictures of this house. Now, mind you, we picked one that because it's a weekend, the sale will start Monday. But if it was a weekday, it may be Tuesday and on Tuesday, you would click it and it'll give you that it's there for another 4 hours, right? So you could potentially, and we'll probably be able to potentially get this for $1,000, right? So let's look at the house if it's worth it. So for me, from these pictures, I'm looking at the house don't look bad down here when I'm looking at structure in the basement. Foundation, I mean. Definitely need some new windows, new siding, but house still looks structurally good. Roof, going to need new roof, new gutters. Uh, but still roof, siding. That was a big ass hole in the house. But remember, I'm only paying $1,000 for this joint. This is the steps. All that would be need to be repaired. This looks good, right? My foundation look good from where I'm sitting at now. Need some brick pointing, right? But my foundation still look good. It's a brick house. There's still stairs. I'm just trying to get inside the house with the pictures. Like we got a big backyard. This is a neighborhood blight in the neighborhood. So now we got to clear this out. It's a lot of shit in this house. But when I'm looking at the house, it still ain't bad, right? I still don't see no reason to say like, oh no, this ain't the one. And mind you, this is the first one we looked at. Still don't see no issues. I still don't see any issues that would make me say this is not worth $1,000. Still no issues. And mind you guys, I'm doing a fast overview of this. All right. There's still no issues. I mean, we already knew we needed a new roof. All right. That's a given. Pretty soon we're gonna get to the basement of this house because the house ain't but so big. It's a clean out. All right. I like these stairs in this house. This is a huge plus for me. I think this is all the pictures they have for me of this house. Right. If I clicked and went to next listing, this is another house. This is 6 bedrooms, 2 baths. Right. Let's look at this one real quick. So we're just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna throw it to y'all. And the hell? All right, so we got 2 electric meters. So I know this is a duplex. So this is actually buying one house, getting 2 doors. I'm collecting 2 rents. I'm collecting 2 rents, and the people on the second floor, they got a little balcony space. Again, pretty solid house for $1,000. And these are the first 2 that we looked at. And we looked at them at random. Don't worry about none of this shit because again, you're only paying $1,000 for the house, and you would have to do this anyway. If you paid $20,000 for this house somewhere else, $30,000 for this house in your city. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this address. I'm gonna copy it from here. Copy. I'm gonna go to Google. I'm gonna Google this address and I'm gonna Google map it because I want to see. I want to see the rest of the block, right? So when I look across the street, this is what this house has the potential of, right? This is your block, right? Now I'm gonna take a stroll around the neighborhood. So I'm gonna go right around the corner. Just now, when you look at this area right here, it's a high likelihood that all of this right here is Detroit Land Bank. If we were to look it up, I would bet $1 to a dime that it is. When you look at all of this space right here, it's a high likelihood that it's Detroit Land Bank owned. Now, the house that we were looking at, right? That was a buy it now house, which I believe is right here, right? But the way Detroit works, if we were to do a deeper dive into their land bank website, and this is right around the corner, and you still have all of this space that I would again bet $1 to a dime that is the Detroit Land Bank owns. Now, the one we was looking at, look at this. We got a playground and I believe a school right down at the end of the street. So we'll stop sharing. So for everybody that's here, right? Did we just see how to find a gym in a neighborhood? Super duper easy. It took us less than 30 minutes. Any thoughts? Courtney said, yes, amazing.
So what's the process? Say, for instance, you get one of those properties. What you looking for? What you looking about for renovations? Or is it that now that you purchased that property, are you able to get funding to renovate that property? How would it be, or how would you do it if you had acquired a piece of land or property?
Okay. So this is a ideal situation right here, right now, right? Because there's somebody that's on the call who is from Detroit, right? I would do a couple things. One, so part of what we're doing is like let's build something. The other part of it is let's build something theoretically, hypothetically, right now with the people that are here, right? So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 13 of us that's here. What I would do in a group, in a setting like this, Vitiligo said I was looking for the land bank in Louisiana, or do I look for my city? Do both, because I don't know. Louisiana is the state, right? So if you're in Louisiana, you can look for the New Orleans land bank. So the state sometimes has a land bank, but individual cities have their own land banks as well. But just play around with it. Now you can do this where you are, but there's certain places, i.e., Detroit, Cleveland, Maryland, that there's so much land, and like there's been an exodus of people that the cities is damn near giving this shit away, right? Um, this past summer, Baltimore was doing uh like $1. Excuse me, the dollar houses. So they were doing houses and commercial properties for $1. Now there's different stipulations when you do it. Sometimes you may have you have to live in the structure for a certain amount of time. Sometimes you have a certain amount of time to do it um, before the property will actually revert from the land bank to yourself. For example, in Detroit, me and some of my homeboys did this going on 4 years. Uh, some of them, a couple 3 going on 4, some of them 2 going on to 3 years ago. That we did a side lot program with the Detroit Land Bank, and with the side lot program, you get the lots for $250 for vacant lots. So you could take $1,000 and potentially buy 4 plots of land that you could put 4 homes on. Now, here's the question. How do you develop these things? And I think that's what you're asking, Travis. A couple ways. One way uh, is I'm in Philadelphia, right? If I wanted to, and I got partners in Detroit, so this is where it works and it's advantageous for me. If I was to come to this group and say, okay, who in here has a good credit score? So let's just say I went with Jada J. Jada says, hey, I got a 750 credit score, right? I don't know how to leverage it. I don't know how to do anything with it, but I got it, right? All my bills is paid. I'm straight, you know what I mean? But I would like to figure out how to get some more paper. So I would say, Jada J, who in here has the worst credit score? And if uh, Tatiana Butler just popped in, so I'm gonna pick on you, right? Tatiana has the worst credit score. So what I would say is, Jada J, put Tatiana onto your credit cards, right? So that way we use your credit score and make her authorized user. So let's work on getting her credit up, right? Tatiana is a young lady, right? Okay, yeah. Um, we would be raising her credit score. But now, let's just say Tatiana lived in Detroit. So Tatiana, I'm sorry. So Jada, with your credit score, we would take and say somebody else uh create an LLC based in Detroit. And now that LLC would be a clean out company. So now the clean out company and the people that need to be there to actually do the building, that's one aspect of it. So somebody created a business and now you got your truck because she had good credit. So she could go leverage it, go to budget, whoever, and get her truck. So now she do the clean out of the building. As part of this process, we will be GCing the project ourselves, being the general contractor. So when you got the money to do it, like if the bank gave you $150,000, you would have a line item in that budget for cleanouts. So I would just say, yo, Jada, we're gonna use your cleanout company, even though you're part of the business that's doing it. So when that money comes from the bank, we got to pay it to somebody. So we're gonna make sure that we paying it to Jada and the company that she created. If there's someone that's like, okay, we do sheetrock. Okay, part of the GC process is I'm the general contractor, but I have to have this part. I have to have the HVAC person. So within my community, if I can find those people without going outside my community and paying somebody that don't look like me, in the event that I have to, I have to. But I'm going to be vigilant in my process. Now, the question is going back to Travis is like, how do I develop it? Again, you paid $1,000 for it. You can take Jada and her good credit and go to the bank and now say like, I own this property free and clear. I would need a construction loan. She don't need the loan to acquire the property because it's hers. Now she take a construction loan, and if her construction loan is 100,000, right? You're gonna buy a house and get a mortgage for 100,000, irregardless, at minimum. $100,000 house with a mortgage ain't shit, no way. So now you got 100,000. You own the house. You're 100,000 into the bank. But now, when you were repairing the house, Travis, you used all inside player. You used all family to do it. So in the repairing process, you said like everybody ate, right? Now I got a fully fixed up house. I'm gonna put it on Section 8, HUD, some type of housing situation. Now it's about getting the tenant in. But I can go to the bank and refi my construction loan. So if I took the house and I said, uh, the sale price for this house is, I'm gonna keep it round numbers, 200,000, right? I put 100 in, sale price is 200. 70% of my after repair value, 7 times 2 is 140, right? So now I got $140,000 coming back to me from the bank. Although I got a $200,000 now mortgage now, but my first mortgage, my 100,000, that's paid off. So the different entities that we had doing the project, they got paid as the GCs. The house is built, and I put 40 grand back into my pocket, and I'm out of my first loan. Now I have a $200,000 mortgage, but it's on an investment property that, you see the one that had 2 meters, that now my mortgage may be on a $200,000 house, depending on, and she had good credit. My mortgage may be 850, right? 900. But I got 2 tenants in there that's paying 1,500 a month. So I'm clearing $3,000 a month, you know what I'm saying, from the property. I ain't never got to step there because I just get a property management company in Detroit to manage the property. They collect the monies, I get mines, and the faster I take that 3,000 and begin paying it off, like I don't have a 30-year mortgage on the house, because if you got a mortgage and you just pay one extra mortgage payment a year, your 30-year mortgage will be knocked off in 21 years, because every year that you paying that extra payment, that's 1 year. I mean, that's 1 month that you're paying less, but it's also all of those interest payments that you're not going to incur. So you end up paying less for the house with your amortization schedule. And your amortization schedule is, anytime you buy a house, you buy a car, they tell you, in month number one, you got a car, it's a 36-month, whatever, 30-year mortgage. Month number one, month number two, it's a whole chart of how much you pay in that month, excuse me, and how much your principal goes down, how much interest you paid. So every month that you pay it off early, that's a month of interest payments that you don't pay. So if you pay it off early, just take that interest. If your interest payment was $100 and you paid it off, with 10 months to spare, that's $1,000 that came off of your cost of your house. Did I answer your question, Travis? Or did I give you too much information?
What up?
Now, I was asking, did I answer your question, or did I give too much information and did I lose anybody?
I think
I didn't hear you, bro. You got broken up or something. Sean, you talking? I think you talking, but you got to hit the unmute button. The fuck, is it just me? Can y'all hear each other?
No, man, I wasn't saying nothing. I was typing something at first, but I was waiting for the dude who asked the question. If he explained it, but the way you said it made sense for what I was trying to figure out, and how that whole little not the HELOC, but the construction loan. Being that, I'm originally from like 30 minutes outside of Detroit, so I can visually see what you're saying. And I know that that house that you just used as an example, 102 30 Cardini Street, Masego, that's in between Hamtramck and Highland Park, which is like almost a rough area, but it really ain't because Detroit about to get redeveloped and catching something like that, and you explained the whole play. Like when you was breaking down the house, I was looking at it in your perspective and versus like being somebody who see those houses all the time. So seeing that the structure still has good bones, are you doing like you said you're gonna rip everything out, replace the major stuff, even if you buy it for 1,000 and then you put 10 or 20 in, now you at 22 and you sell it for 2,000. You just broke down the whole play of how to keep it in I guess what Derek Grace DG be talking about with group economics, like I guess that's another form of example you're saying where you take the group of people you got, whoever got the best attributes, go put them in position. Once you get all this stuff put together, now you got somebody who originally didn't even have a business, but now has a business and they had their first sale. Now you got a property and you got tenants coming in there. So with the person that set up the whole cleaning of the whole property in the first place, now it will become a regular not mechanic, but a regular person you're gonna call to fix or fix up the house in general. So that made sense. But yeah,
Yeah,
I hope
and
that
what you
makes sense.
did, and what you also did was I gave the long game. You mapped out the short game, so you beat me to my next punch. The short game of it is I pay $1,000 for it, right? I gut it out, board it up, put new windows on that motherfucker, put new doors on it, right? Fix the steps and just do surface maintenance to it, mow the lawn, and now I got a house for sale. Now, if I sell it to somebody and turn around, if I paid 1,000 and with the clean out crew and you know what I'm saying, the little bit of stuff that I'm going to do to bring it back into good condition, right? I put 4 or 5 grand into it. I'm still under 10 grand. So if I paid 6,000, and for me, if I make 4,000 on that 6,000, or I pay 6,000, depending on the amount of work and effort that I have to do, you know what I'm saying? If I put 6 in and walk away with 85 in 90 days, that's better return than the bank. And I'm putting somebody else in position to run the play. Now, if I know that I bought 3 of them, let's just say 4, because I got 4 fingers up, right? If I bought 4 of them in that same neighborhood and I do this with 2 of them, right? Do the short play with 2 of them and then keep 2 of them for myself. At the end of the day, what I just did was in that square block area, I just created a new market using me and my people. And there's commercial buildings in there. You can look at I did a whole slide. I got a whole slide deck, about Detroit and their land bank, Detroit, the city plan, and the things that are getting ready to move and shake in Detroit in the next 10 to 15 years. From the car industry, solar, electric EV car industries coming back, and import and export with Detroit. Detroit is a blossoming city that in our kids' generation will be one of the most important spaces and places. And we know it and see it right now because we all just witnessed what just happened last night or the night before last with the whole TikTok going offline and these different entities going offline with the transition of our new president. But one thing that a lot of people are not talking about, and the news talking heads and the pundits ain't talking about, is that the United States depends heavily on Canada for its power in some of our major cities. So where I think Canada has a prime minister. I think the prime minister of Canada is on the tip. Like, listen, if the United States decides to begin to put tariffs on imported goods from other countries, they are well within their rights to come down to New York, to Michigan, um, and in my head, I'm thinking Ohio too, uh, and cut off power. So we're going. I think my mind is saying Ohio, but it's not Ohio. I think it might be DC. I think, but the power stations that are in these places have some kind of way. They're under the control of the country of uh, Canada. So, with that being said, we know that Detroit is one of the places that is a major with the Great Lakes. Like you can get inland from Detroit, from the goods shipped from Europe, Africa. They can actually come in and dock in Detroit, and that's how they get on the trucks to get to the West Coast. They don't dock in, port cities on the East Coast or dock in port in the Gulf of Mexico to get to Oregon. If a ship wants to get some goods to Oregon, that ship goes through the Great Lakes, lands in Michigan, and then the truck takes the goods to Oregon, right? So this is a major trade route, and it's a major trade route that, when you look at the history of Detroit, it's been a black city, and with gentrification, displacement of folks, a lot of us left, but it's a room for a lot of us to go back because there's a lot of open space and open land. And I have the statistics written down, but the statistics on how much open land and available land is there for the price is ridiculous. Now, even with like the size of that house that we looked at, we can look at the lot size of that house. So you have, we looked at one that was like 613 square feet for the house, but the lot size may be double that. So if you were to take a vacant lot, you could build a structure the same size, but actually make it longer. So now, if you had a development partner that could actually build a house, and Detroit got a ton of development and money situations for this, from the fair housing people and all of that, HUD, you name it, USDA. You can run a whole bunch of plays in a city like this. So I'm gonna shut up because I know I've been talking. Uh, Let me see what anybody else got any thoughts.
I have a quick question because I did miss a little bit of the presentation. Um,
A little bit.
oh,
What's this? A little bit
yeah. Just a little
mention.
bit.
Okay.
Is it only for Detroit? Are you talking about only doing this in Detroit or in other cities as well?
No, you can do it anywhere. So when I send you the recording, right? Shoot me a DM. Jocelyn will be the person that me doing it, but I know she's driving, so it's hard for me to know who was here tonight. Shoot me a
Okay.
DM and let me know that you want the recording, and as soon as I can get this downloaded, I get you the recording.
Okay.
But what I started with is I just Googled Detroit, and I
Mm-hmm.
did the whole process of what Google took me to, went to Wikipedia, looked stuff on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
and then went directly to the land bank. In the interest of time, if we had more time, what I would have done was looked at the city of Detroit's city website. So probably Detroit.gov. I'm not sure what it would be. And I will go look at the planning commission for that city, right? I will look at different initiatives going on in the city to frame my thinking in regards to that space. But um, this not only works in Detroit, right? So the other day, I did it with another group, and we did Akron, Ohio, and the stuff that we found in Akron, Ohio, was dope. there's a bunch of places. So wherever it is that you are, start with where you are. And if you know that there's a county over or whatever, just type in land banks near Arizona, right? Uh, Land banks in Arizona, in your state. And it's going to bring you a listing of land banks. Um, there's a thing called green banks as well, right? So if you went and acquired the properties from the Arizona Land Bank, but then looked up green banks near you, a green bank is basically a bank, but it's green, where their goal is to get people to invest their money into the bank, and then they deploy those monies back out into underserved neighborhoods, and they want to give the money to people from those neighborhoods, black and brown, people that have traditionally been disinvested in. So now that's uh, 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 um, another way you can fund your project. But if you go to the Green Bank, they'll have things with uh, no interest loans. So their loan products will be dope as hell. They'll have different loan products if you're doing commercial real estate. They'll have loan products if you are a nonprofit. That sometimes they'll do 100% of the financing, hard costs and soft costs. So your soft costs are, when you're doing your blueprints, when you're getting your uh, um, uh, architectural drawings, when you're looking up just the things that you need from a lawyer to put yourself in position. So they'll pay for those soft costs, but then they'll also pay for hard costs as well. So hard costs would be tearing the street up, and the actual construction. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can skin this cat, but one of the best ways is if we employ the strategy that Derek has taught us and use in-home banking and get the monies from each other and create relationships. And it's like, okay, I got this. This is my strength, or I know about this. This is my strength. How do we work together? And then figure out, amicable payout, and just write it into whatever the operating agreement for you guys' business is. Shake hands on it, sign your name on the dotted line, and let's get busy and do the work. But in doing the work, we're creating jobs and opportunities for folks that look like us, cleaning up our neighborhoods without waiting for somebody else to come do it, and turning a coin at the same time. Now, mind you, I know I may be breezing through this real fast and making it sound a whole lot simpler and easier than what it actually is. You may be sitting there like, man, this shit sound good, but boy, you know how to do this shit. I don't know what the hell you talking about. This is you can watch this video. I put in the chat a link to a maybe about a 40-minute video, right, about Detroit land banks. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. No, community about Detroit, a land trust that's in Detroit. But ultimately, if you watch that video, it's going to educate you a lot. But at the same time, you can look up land trusts in your area as well and work with already existing organizations, and it will give you the educational know-how in regards to a lot of these things. And I know a thing or two about this stuff, so you guys can always hit me and we can talk about it, about your specific area.
That-
Um, what'd you say?
Oh, I forgot to mute myself, but I said that's awesome.
Thank you very much. A little awesome or like big awesome?
Like big, big awesome.
Big awesome. All right, with it. Um, so anybody got any?
I looked up some land banks in Atlanta, but see, my thing is right now is like, is it worth investing in the real estate industry right now with everything that is, going on currently? And we don't know where, like mortgage prices are gonna go, all this other things like that. So do you feel like it would be a great investment right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, because damn the mortgage rates, everything goes in ebbs and flows, right? Real estate right now, in my opinion, right? In my humble opinion, especially in acquiring real estate in this manner, right? If you got Dejanay, right?
Correct.
Okay, let's use you for example. If you were able to acquire one house in Detroit for $1,000, the way that I just walked through showed you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you acquired one that on the left side of it and on the right side of it was two vacant lots that was owned by the Detroit Land Bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could take for $1,500, get a structure, and then use the side lot program and buy the one on the left of you, on the right of you. Let's just say that behind that structure, there's a vacant one, and then two more. So you could take $1,000 and then buy the other one, two,
3.
4, 5, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you could be $2,500 in and have six properties for basically under $3,000. Now, because you
Excuse me.
because you own all six of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you took and said, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to rehab this one. Behind it, I'm going to fence off the three behind it, and I'm gonna put an urban farm in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Drop a greenhouse in, and just make it an urban green space that the community can use as well. But now you're in a position to have. I'll rent my house to two Mexican families. All right, I'm not being uh, stereotypical here, but I'm just going to use some Mexicans. Right, I rent my house to two Mexican families that can
Mm-hmm.
receive subsidies. But those two Mexican families, I make my house affordable housing for them. So I put everything in that motherfucker. It's nice, right? I'm not giving them no shack. I might drop some. I'm not putting those peel down tiles in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make your shit nice, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And now I'm charging 1,500. That family's paying 350 a month, and but I'm still getting my whole 1,500 every month because the government is giving it to me. Just using this model, right?
Right.
Now those four Mexican families, they now go out back and they got a farm outside. So now I created a business industry, you know what I'm saying, there as well, that now they can bring fresh produce to the community and sell it locally,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I now have the means to take the two that are on the side of me and just build two new houses. So now I got three houses, right? That clearly I can subdivide them, right? So I got three structures, but I got six doors because I made each of them a duplex.
Mm.
So now I'm gaining rent from six properties that's giving me $1,500 a month, right? So each
Mm-hmm.
one of those houses is $3,000 a month income. So I'm clearing damn near 10 grand a month just from my three houses. Plus, I got a farm in the back that, as it being my farm, I could use these houses for transitional housing. I could turn them into long-term living programs, you know what I'm saying, for returning citizens, for veterans. And now I'm bringing something that the community actually needs. And
Yeah, I
houses.
looked into it too originally because I seen something on The socials talking about buy the land and then get your LLC to construct your house. So that's why I was looking at it at first to learn a little bit more about it, like getting into the land banks and where and whatnot, and then getting the taking out a construction loan to create my house, right?
Hmm.
But that idea sounds good as well. I'm just really trying to figure out the best route. Because I did say I wanted to buy some land this year, and I'm like, even if it's like 1,200, that's not bad, or something. But I would want to buy it in a way or buy it in a place. I'll say a location to where it could thrive. Because I do
Hmm.
want a greenhouse too.
Yeah, so that's with what you said. That's taking and making sure that you don't just jump at the first thing that pop off the page. So the overview that I just did was just a quick overview. You know what I'm saying, we just grab one at random, but
Mm-hmm.
this process works anywhere if you know what you're looking at, what you're looking for, what your plan would be, and then what your exit strategy is. You may want to, you know what I'm saying, just grab and sell. You may want to buy and hold. You may want to do transitional housing. You may want to create a nonprofit. You may want to put it into a trust. There's a bunch of things that you could do, but everything takes a deeper dive. Tania, you got your hand up?
Yes, I'm just curious to know your thoughts about it. I don't know exactly how well it'll fit into what you're talking about, but what do you think about the container home?
Yeah.
Like buying
So
and popping a couple container homes on there.
yeah. So this Detroit is ripe for container homes. With the container homes, you just have to look at what your city's ordinances is in regards to that. But container homes is a no-brainer. It's basically you coming with a ready-made structure. So it'll knock down some of your knock down a lot of your development costs. And with container homes, you basically um, you could build it off site, bring it and drop it, you know what I mean, and put it together there. Uh, and it's basically like you're doing modular homes. So that brings down your costs a lot. So it's just really just knowing what the ordinance is or what the ordinances are for the individual place that you're trying to do it. Just what the laws are. But container homes are definitely easy breezy, um, easy breezy to do when you have someone doing it. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? I would not suggest. You know what I mean? Like I got a cousin that's a welder and a fabricator, right? So for me, it's an easy win for me. But if you don't have that component, there's companies and folks out here who do specialize in that. You know what I mean? So go with a person that you know versus, you know, um, the cost is gonna be different, but your learning curve is gonna be a lot less. And learn it. Um, and I don't suggest, you know, like this strategy is just a willy-nilly thing. Like, okay, he said it, let me go do it. Right. Like still you do your own due diligence, do your own homework, you know what I mean, and start becoming proficient in what it is that we're talking about. But to answer your question, container homes is definitely a win.
I
Yeah.
just thought about doing finding one that's big enough to house trucks. I think that would be a good investment. All you have to do is just get the land and make sure it's paved, right, and gated and big enough. Or I
Yeah.
would more have to be
So
in a more rural area.
it depends. So for example, right, most places like how we looked at that spot when I went down the street. When you got to the corner, you can see that it was a major thoroughfare, like a highway might have been. I don't know. I don't know what that highway was. I didn't look at it well enough, right? but there, those corner lots would probably be zoned as commercial, right? So if you were to do that, you could do it in a let's say inner city environment. Yes. Uh Now, if you wanted to do something like that, like make a truck stop or something like that, you could still do it because there's industrial ones as well. So depending on what the zoning for the space is and or the zoning for the building, you can find buildings that are zoned as industrial that you actually just already buy the structure and you just pull the trucks inside. That's just, make sure you got a roll up gate, loading docks. Like these properties are, they run the gamut as to what you can do and what you can build. And every city, they basically have like your neighborhood, what's called your neighborhood typology. So there's different um zonings meet the neighborhood design plan. And that is largely looking at the city's plan. So looking at the planning commission and what the plan that that city has, and it'll break the town, break the city up into zones. And then just like you may have a residential district, but then you're going to have industrial parks, right? So you have an industrial park, that's where trucks and the chocolate factory and all of that stuff is. But these properties are there as well. So it's really there's no limit to what you can do. It's really your imagination and the development strategy that you think through, put into place, and that you willing to stick to and get funded. That's it. You got a good idea, run it down. Uh, a lot of development happens, like people, especially from our community, look at developers as like, oh man, you got a big bad developer. They want to take over this and take over that. When in all actuality, a lot of developers, I'm saying, they're just a construction company. Like they want to build something. You got a gang of Bob the Builder motherfuckers that have cement trucks and all these things that they're just trying to build something to keep their guys working. Now, sometimes they'll build it and they'll own it or have a ownership stake in it. And sometimes you can just go to them and just say, like, hey, you guys build stuff. Okay, this is my budget. This is what I want you to do. Build this for me. They build and they out your way.
All right, I'm just gonna brush my yeah.
Um, any other thoughts or questions? So anybody that just came in before you ask any thoughts or questions, in Telegram, my name is Dante Gifted. So if you want this recording, just shoot me a message in Telegram and I will send you the recording as soon as I download it, upload it, and do my whole 1 2 2 to it. And also, if you would like any past recordings from Sunday school, just ask me for that as well. But when I send you the past recordings, just I'm not going to send you 10 of them. I'm going to send you 1 or 2, and I'll drip it out to you so that way I'm not giving you too much information at once. And after you watch them, when you're ready for the next, just shoot me a message, and I'll send you the next recordings. And or even with those recordings, if there's something that you are specifically interested in, like just tell me what your whole thing is, you know what I'm saying? And I'll try my best to send you recordings that speak to you and not just random stuff. But if I don't know, all I can do is just send them to you, random clips. But I will probably be sending them to you in the order that they happen more often than not. Because if you've been here for a while, Sunday schools usually build on the last week's conversation or a conversation that already happened. So it's an ongoing education. And the other thing is that Sunday school does not operate really independently of the Grace Bible or Bible study. So the things that we're talking about here, you can still definitely, put it together, map it out, and put it into your Bible in whatever way you deem fit. Any thoughts or questions? Did I make it clear? Or did y'all feel as I was talking too fast? And this part I really need you guys to chime in with me on because I don't know everybody's learning curve. So if you feel like, like I talk too fast or anything, let me know so that I can get better going forward with how I'm disseminating the information.
I feel as though you did a good job tonight. Like you broke down the easy example, then you went step by step, like showed your screen, went to Google, then all the questions that was asked, you was answered thoroughly. And now this is my first Bible session study. So now I got the concept that, it's a topic in the building, and that made it a lot easier because it's one of the main things why I got into this course, just to get around other people who are like-minded or have information that can help build us togetherly. And when you come from environments we come from, you necessarily don't trust everybody. So the fact that, you could come in, you could build real quick, and you could see stuff happen in real time, and you're not just up here just saying stuff. Like, I could take your word for you saying you got people in Detroit just by how you speak about what's over there versus somebody just randomly going on a web page and regurgitating what they said the last 3-4 weeks. So
Word up. Thank you. Thank you,
Mhm.
brother. Any other critiques? Talk
Uh,
shit, man. The
I'm just
opportunity.
gonna throw it in there. I've been in this now for good 2-3 months, and like I said, what you said just right now, as far as feeling like you don't have no one to really talk to or be on the same wavelength right now, and it's good to know that you got other people like minded, your color, trying to do something and doesn't take it light on what needs to be done and how are we trying to change it with the little bit of work we do every day, and then having opportunities to grow your platform or your family or your future is pretty dope. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, this is it.
I just want to say my apologies on my lateness, y'all. Just I had to ride out from where I stay at to get some reception.
Ooh, what's up, Alan? How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just glad to be online, man. I had to drive about 15 minutes out just to get some reception out here, man.
What's up? So moving on, right? Because it's 7:20. There is no Bible study tonight. We had Bible study with Derek last week. Sunday school pop off with me every Sunday, 6 o'clock. The same link. If you shoot me a message in Telegram at Dante Gifted, and you want the recording for tonight, just let me know. Um, Other business is two things. One, if you would like to attend the lock-in that's coming up in Tampa, shoot me a DM on Telegram as well, and I'll get you some information for that. This is one that I think y'all want to be at. This is one that Derek didn't call it this, but I'm calling it this. This one is pretty much the teacher versus the preacher. So you're going to get not just him and Kari this time. You're going to get him, Kari, and me this time at this lock-in. And we looking to do lock-ins in other places in other cities going forward as we continue rolling out the meet and greets and get into the cities and figure out what's up with the city and the people there. So we're looking to start doing some lock-ins closer to you guys. But this one, if you can get there, I don't know what Derek got planned, but this shit gonna cook. This shit gonna cook. The other thing is, If you go to DanteGifted.com, you can purchase the completed version of the Grace Family Bible as well. So if you hear you have access to Mighty Network, if you don't have access to Mighty Network and can't see the curriculum or see your Bible, then also send me a message on Telegram. Hold on a second. What? Okay. What the fuck is that?
I'm cooking the macaroni and cheese. I'll bring the bowl back.
Yeah, bring all my bowls back.
I got two of them.
That two is more than what you had when you walked in the door. You fucking slick Willie motherfucker. Look, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
But I have to go. I do. He had taken it. You got.
Tell your husband that you here with me. He'll be all right. Tell me, bite his arm. That's the problem. He'll be all right.
He be like.
Tell him to come see me. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Give me 5 minutes. You ain't got your shoes on. You be all right. Excuse me, y'all. I apologize. Okay, it's hard to find good help these days. The Family Bible, the completed one, right? So if you have it, no, what I was saying was if you got any issues with accessing Mighty or how to find your Bible, matter of fact, do anybody need me to show you? I can share a screen real quick and do that real fast for y'all if anybody need it.
Man, that'd be great. I appreciate it, brother.
All right, let me share a screen real quick. All right, so right now we in the Family Bible, we in Mighty Network, right? Y'all can see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me turn this down on in case. So first thing you want to do, if you want a computer, you want to go over to this left-hand side over here, right? This is where all your drop downs are going to be at, right? If you're on your phone, what you want to do is I'm not on the phone, so don't make me don't make me tell it to you wrong because I'm gonna jack it up. But on your phone, you're going to see this section as well, right? So for your Bible, you want to go to right here, the Family Bible and previous classes. You click that, all right? It's going to give you this over here, right? So Bible study. Now, the very first one is your Family Bible. So when you click that, it's going to come up as a PDF. You open the PDF on your device, and mine was already open some kind of way. So I already opened up to page 70, 71. So this is the completed version, right? So for the folks that got their Bibles when it first came out, you got a workbook. So if you received it in the mail or you was in Mighty, your Family Bible looked like this. There were sections in it, but then there were blank pages, right? So your workbook is basically a blank book for you to go in and create and write your Family Bible. But as we was going along this process with folks, we saw and learned from the engagement, just people's feedback, that writing the actual Bible was becoming a daunting task. By writing it after meeting with Derek and myself every week, you then still had to take the information, and put it into a cohesive package for your family. So Derek sat down and wrote the whole thing out. So you can go in, download this to your computer, and then copy and paste the different sections and put the things that resonate with you and your family into your document. Now, that's the Family Bible. If you go to Unlearn and Relearn Teachings, right? Here is where when he says that he's given his whole body of work and all of the curriculums, this is here, right? In unlearn and relearn teachings. So these sections, artificial intelligence, guns and butter, these are actual parts in the Bible as well. So you got unreleased footage, mindset with AC, self-help and understanding. So you still have access to all these things. Lifestyle section, family banking cartel, hold a husband. You got the post-Trump course, post-pandemic academy. So these are different things that he has offered over the years. In-home banking, the course. Then you have all curriculum. So you can go to all of these curriculums. You got Unlearn and Relearn Volume 1, Volume 2, In-Home Banking, Unlearn In-Home Banking Volume 2, Volume 3, How We Made $11 million in the Pandemic. And you would just go to these same things, click it. It's going to give you a PDF. So now you have the Junior Pandemic Academy, which if I look up here, I'm on page 94 of 187 pages. So this is a 187 page PDF that you now have access to. And all of these things come, I don't want to say complimentary, but come with what you purchased. So you got past Instagram lives, you got Radical School, you got My Grace Tribe, Post Recession Academy, How to Make Your Family Unkillable, Man Shit Volume 1, It's Okay to Cry, Bro, Success Can Kill You, Wealth, and Stealth, How to Raise Bad Kids. Good dad shit, couples quarantine. And if you're looking at these titles and you've been following Derek for a while, these different titles are the titles of different things that were offerings at one point. The greatest guerrilla marketer ever. That's a course. Unreleased projects. How to calculate your ROI with Jay Morrison. So this, for what we just went through with the real estate, this is one that you definitely want to look at. Politicking with Dame Dash, the David Banner sit down. So this is where you access all of those things. Was that a good enough overview for the folks that didn't know what they how to access it? Now, when you go to DanteGifted.com, if you buy the uh, uh, completed version of the Bible right now, we're just taking pre-orders. But you know how you got your book is the little skinny workbook, the big thick one that you see Derek reading from, you'll be able to actually have that one with this all printed out. But with it right now, if you go to the website and just look there, I got other offerings that you get as bonuses. So you get 3 months membership to Smart Futures, which is my CDC. You get uh, you get access to 2, 4, 6 Bible writing workshops where like we'll come on Zoom and I'll share my screen and share my Bible with you and actually write chapters of the Bible and show you guys how to put it together. And for the folks that have seen my Bible, I think I've gotten pretty good reviews about the way my Bible looks and how my Bible is coming together. And I'm gonna just show you a whole bunch of strategies, tips, things that you could put into your Bible, things that you could draw from. So it's like a collaborative, creative writing space. Um, and I'm gonna show you ways that you can make money with it as well. So
Nice.
go to DanteGifted.com and make that purchase. And it'll also give you access to a different level of access to me. I got some folks that 2 or 3 of them are here now that have been um, hanging with me on a daily basis. And um, uh, anybody that's been hanging with me in my separate space, what's called this thing of ours. Anybody want to come on real quick and just tell the folks that's here about what that is or how the experience has been how you've been experiencing that experience.
I've been enjoying it so far. Um, it's really an invaluable experience to me. Just every day, 4 times a day. You could be getting two different people to pop in with some type of expertise, whether it be in law, whether it be in like the land trust, or um I mean, it's just been a lot of different people that'll come in and just show us and teach us different things on business itself and different ways to get money. Like we in there, we not only are learning, but we encouraging each other while we're in there too, just to, slow down and fast, whatever that may look like for you, whether it's giving up something that you spend a lot of money on or food or just whatever goals that you have. So it's been very encouraging, not just once a week, but several times a day to have people pushing you.
Thank you, Miss Well Versed Jade. Anybody else want to? Jade, Miss Cookie said hello.
Hi, Miss Cookie.
She can hear you. She ignoring you. She ignoring you. Smoke move.
I'm not ignoring her. I can't hear her.
She wouldn't ignore me.
All right, I'm at work right now. She said how to be.
Okay. Okay.
She said okay. All right. Goodbye. So if anybody else wanted to jump in, say anything. If not, go to DanteGifted.com. Check me out. Shoot me a message on Telegram if you want to come to the lock-in. Shoot me a message on Telegram if you want this recording. And I'll see you motherfuckers next week. Sunday school, Bible study, or before that, if you hit me. Tania, yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was scratching my head. Nothing. Good night.
What you making?
I got some rice and carrots and some salmon.
Can you cook?
Yes, I am a certified chef.
You're always cooking some shit.
Right?
All right, so hold on. This is what I need, right? Shakir, we need a bake off, right? Tania, I need you to drop a picture in the chat of something that you cooked. And Shakir, let me see, you said, because Shakir shit is fucking ridiculous. I don't think you got a nickel on her dime.
Damn.
Probably not. But
Huh?
Let me scroll through here and see what it be like.
Right. I'm like, now I gotta find something.
Yeah, I'm saying. And don't send me no pictures, you know what I'm saying, that you was at a restaurant, you know what I'm saying, no 5-star, you mean. Don't want that shit. We want some shit that you made. I want to see what them carrots look like. Do it look like chicken when you're done?
I'm in the middle of a challenge.
I know.
I cooked that.
Jared, who
What
you
else have I
betting on,
cooked?
Jared? Tania or Shakir?
Takia.
What's going on? I would say Shakia.
Tania, ain't nobody got no faith in you.
That's all right. I'm gonna stop scrolling and I'm gonna finish these carrots and then I'm gonna just make my plate in front of y'all.
I'm not familiar with Tania. I'm more familiar with Shakia. What do you want me to do?
No, you said you're making salmon tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, I love me some salmon. That's like my favorite. That's my favorite thing.
Right.
And I was looking at you when you were seasoning, and I'm like, she know what she's doing because she's seasoning it the right way. When your spirit tell you to stop,
Have y'all
that's when
ever
you
had an
stop.
onion boil?
Because if you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned.
It
Okay.
ain't seasoned. I'm trying to tell you.
Have y'all ever made an onion boil?
I have not.
No.
No. Do it, you just boil some onions and call it soup. I ain't at your house.
Shakia did post some
It's
salmon
actually
in
good
here,
for
though.
you. It was my first time having it, but no, you're supposed to season it and bake it pretty much. And it softens up and it's like good for you.
A baked onion? Now I'll stick with my potato.
Hey, go ahead. I don't want you to eat
Nah,
at my house.
I'm messing with you. I'm coming over there. Shit. All right. And I don't wash dishes neither. So let's be clear.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk. We have to talk.
No, we don't. Shit. I ain't. I'm
It's
exempt.
okay. We use plastic anyway. No,
And I
Right.
don't eat off
paper
plastic.
plates. Paper plates. We use
I
the
don't eat
paper
off paper
plates.
plates.
Damn, you don't cook dishes, but you want to eat off the glass?
Yes.
Right. Get his ass.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not eating off a paper plate unless it's a cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a hot dog on there, then yeah. If not, then no. I need a real plate, real fork, real sauce.
Oh, okay.
But thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me tonight.
Wait, I'm almost done. You put me up to a challenge.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
This
Oh,
your second one in 2 weeks.
all right, let me see.
Who, me? I know. He done had me showing my toes and I'm coming.
Hey,
That's salmon on the plate?
I don't even see the plate.
It looked like a composition notebook. What the fuck is that?
I'm
Do you cook
done.
anything other than fish? You was cooking fish at the book club Saturday. What else you be cooking?
She might be pescatarian.
You pescatarian?
You might only can make salmon. How about that?
Dante, you're such a fucking.
Shit. All right, let me see.
Oh, wait.
That's a big old fork you got there.
Okay.
You crazy.
I can't see the
Yeah, no,
plate.
I just turned it back
Oh,
on.
y'all can't see the plate?
No.
Hey, I can't see y'all. Hold up a second.
Who that on your shirt? Marcus Garvey?
That's Ice Cube.
I was
Oh,
thinking
that's
the
Ice
same
Cube.
thing.
Marcus Garvey.
Y'all, what's his name? Snoop Dogg done flipped, stipped, and rubbed it down.
He doing what?
Oh, that's cute. Okay. I want a little sauce on my salmon.
Shakia, drop something on us when you get a check. And you might not. I know you ain't got no plate in your hand now, but drop a picture of that food pornography.
But anyways, that's what I'm on tonight.
Yes. Shout
Y'all
out
have
to the
anything?
cook.
Definitely.
Are
Glad
you
to see
gonna
you.
be
Glad to see you eating healthy.
in Tampa too?
In this lock-in that's coming up?
Yeah.
I wasn't because I went to the last one and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do 2 back to back like that.
Okay. I was looking for it. I thought you asked about it because you was going.
I didn't. Did I ask about it? I
You
don't remember
did.
asking. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said, let's get into this lock-in. Who's going? Some shit
Oh,
like
in the
that.
chat. Yeah. I'm like so busy with life, so I oftentimes miss conversations that have already happened. But y'all be on my head like, oh, so we in a time machine? Like, no, I just wanted to know who was going.
Welcome to my world. That's how I live.
I still didn't see the plate.
Oh,
She just showed us the salmon.
I'm like, I swear I put it on there.
I love my salmon with like honey and brown sugar. That's
what
it.
I got on my carrots a little bit. Well, I just put honey, not brown sugar though.
I love it.
I'm gonna have to try that honey and brown sugar.
Jada, that movie. Okay, let me get out of here because we'll start a whole nother conversation. All right, y'all.
Have a good night. Peace, y'all.
all right. Peace, y'all. See y'all next week.
Thanks. All right.
Good one, Dante.
Thank you, baby. Bye.